Hi, this is Pat at the Crystal Lake Public Library, and today I will be showing you how to create a moon phase wall hanging. Supplies needed: your instruction sheet, an 8.5 by 11 piece of silver cardstock, the template for all of your moon phases, and this can be found on our library calendar. If you get our kit, then the template will already be printed on the back of your silver cardstock. You'll also need about 24 inches of fine chain and 20 jump rings. Additionally, you'll need a ruler, you'll need a scissors, a pin or a heavier needle that can poke through the silver cardstock to make the holes for your jump rings. You may want some tape to put on the back of those moon phases so it can protect it when you're putting that hole through there. You'll need a needle nose pliers and a wire cutters. And if you don't have the wire cutters, you can use your needle nose pliers if it's got a metal cutter there on it. It doesn't work as well, but you can use it. You could also use one of those heavy-duty kitchen shears. So let's get started. The first thing you want to do is cut out your moon phases carefully with your scissors. And notice on the template that some of these are just going to be single moon phases, these and these, but this is going to be two of them. So you're going to want to cut the whole thing out and then just cut down the middle, and then here and here. So just be careful when you're cutting these double ones that you're not cutting into the other side. So once you have them all cut out, it will look something like this. And I already have a chain on one of these, but bear with me here. And I like to lay these out to be sure I've got them all. I did 9 phases of the moon: the crescent, larger crescent, half, more than half, full, and then onto the other side and facing the opposite direction. So make sure you've cut them all out and they're all there. The next thing you want to do is, we'll start with the middle one. I've already got one chain on. You might want to reinforce where you're going to put your hole with just a tiny, tiny bit of tape. So we're just going to put this here. And then we're going to take our pin and we're going to go about across from that other one and about 1/4 of an inch in, not much more, not much less. If you go too far in, you can't get your jump ring to get to that point. And if you go too close to the edge, obviously it's just going to break through. So once you've done that, then your next thing is you're going to need your chain and your jump ring. And for your chain, you can see I've already got one on here. The chain is going to be about 2 inches. But because you're actually going to lose a bit of the chain, at least a link, you want to go just a smidge less than 2 inches. And this is what I found to work really, really well. It would cut it and it wouldn't cut anything else. So here's my 2-inch mark. And then I'm going to cut my link. Okay. And there's my piece. I'll just set that aside. So you just have to be careful that you have enough chain to do all of these, because you're going to need 8 pieces about 2 inches, and then you're going to have a leftover 8-inch piece that you're going to divide in half. So you'll have 4 inches at the top and 4 inches at the bottom. And that way, if you want, you can hang this vertically or horizontally. So now we have our chain. The next thing is we're going to need our jump ring. And the jump rings, if you haven't worked with one of these before, they have, it's a piece of metal that's just kind of rounded around, and there is a spot where it's open. And what you're going to do is you're just going to take and hold it with your pliers and then just twist it. So now it's ready to go into the hole. And this is where you have to have patience. Sometimes this takes a bit of doing. Sometimes it goes right through. But you're working with really small things. And once you have the jump ring through, then you're going to take your chain and put that on your jump ring. Sometimes it takes a little bit to do it. And once you've done that, then you're going to very carefully hold that there, and then you're going to move that back together. And you have to be kind of careful on this because you don't want to damage your paper. But you also have to have it close enough so that the chain doesn't fall off. Okay, so now your next step is to repeat. So now you're going to add on your next one. You're going to do the same thing. You're going to put a little piece of tape here. You're going to poke your hole. You're going to get your jump ring. You're just going to continue on until you've used up all of your chain. And then when you get to the end, you're going to have that 8 inches, and you'll cut that in half so that way it's going to be even on both sides. And you'll attach that one to your tiny crescent on one end, and then you're also going to add a jump ring at the very end, so you can use that for hanging. So once you have put all of your chain and moon phases together, this is what you'll get. And it can be easily hung up, even with a push pin or a piece of tape. It's very, very light and easy to work with. I hope you have enjoyed today's craft. The link for the instructions and the template will be found along with contact information. Should you have any questions or comments, they will all be found at the end of this video. Thank you and happy crafting.